Hello guys, welcome back or welcome to my booktube channel. So today I'm going to be doing some summary book recommendations. I actually filmed this already and I was realizing all the books that I was recommending are ones that I don't actually like. And why would I do that? Because there was only a couple of them that I was like, yeah, you should actually read this. And I feel like I have around like 17 that I actually liked. And I do have a couple that were on the original list that I don't love, but I'll still put them at the end of this video just in case it's something that sounds good to you. I want to get through the ones that I actually like and I can vouch for in the beginning, then I'll talk about the ones that I didn't love. But I think we should just get started. There's no categories or anything. I'll tell you what the genre is like when I introduce it. But we're gonna start with my favorite, of course. A Love Letter to Whiskey? A Love Letter to Whiskey by Candy Steiner, which is probably one of my favorites on this list. It's a second chance romance. I would say second chance. It's like more than that, but I feel like you would go with second chance. The reason this I feel like gives summer because of the fact that the main characters, they heavily bond over their love for the beach and surfing. That's not like a huge portion of the book, but I feel like it's enough. There's also like a campfire section, I think, like they're on the beach having like a party. It was thrown throughout the book, so yes, you'll get some throughout. It's just not the whole entire book, but I feel like it's enough for it to genuinely feel like summer, and I feel like this is the time to read it. But I think it's perfect, especially if you love the beach. Like, this is it. And love surfing, this is it even more. But this is like a right person, wrong time, I guess. That's what it is. Not necessarily second chance, because it happens a couple times. But yeah, I feel like it's emotional, like more of a heavy fantasy. A heavy summer romance, which I feel like a lot of them are more on the light side, but if you were looking for a heavier one, here you go. The next one is a fantasy romance. It's The Bridge Kingdom. I love The Bridge Kingdom. This is one of the coolest settings that I've ever read for a fantasy romance, or just fantasy in general. It takes place on like a tropical island, kind of cut off from the rest of, I don't know, the world, but like other islands. It's like a tropical island. It's so cool. Like the plants are described a lot. It was just perfect. And it was summer the whole time. Like, I'm pretty sure it was summer the entire time. And it takes place, like, there are scenes like in the ocean. Not like in the ocean, but like the ocean. It's like on boats and stuff. And I haven't read the third book yet. The first two are centering like two main characters, and then the next books are about different characters. I read the first two, so I kind of like finished the story of them, and I feel like it was just a solid story. Like it was really good. I gave both of them 4.5 stars. Like, the second wasn't worse. They were equally really good, so I would definitely recommend that. I feel like the majority of the book is this girl is sent to kill the king of a rivaling country, or island. I don't know. It's fantasy. I don't really know what the politics are like. I just had a heart attack. So I'm using my vanity as kind of a light source, and it's directly mirroring my fan, and I just look down and something's moving, and it's, whew. Anyways, we're gonna move on. Next, I'm gonna talk about Emily Henry. Of course, we all know Emily Henry, but I recently got caught up on her popular romances. I read this book for a vlog that is likely coming up after this video, so I guess you're gonna get a little spoiler of her 4 popular romances. My least favorite is Book Lovers. I just felt, I don't know, I didn't feel like super connected to it, but I feel like it was a summery enough book. I put these here because I feel like they're just summer reads, you know, like this is the time to read them. I feel like that's why they keep getting published in summer. So I recommend all 4 of these if you want like a quick summer romance, but this one's my least favorite of hers. And the next, which is they're very close, is Beach Read. I gave both of those 3 stars, so they're not bad. Like, I think both of those were good. Beach Read probably is a little more summer feeling than Book Lovers. And then we have People We Meet on Vacation, which is definitely summer. Like, that's definitely summer. I give that like 4.5 stars. I think I would move it down like after reading my favorite. But that one is also good. It was just well-rounded. Like, the characters were good, the story was good, like it was fast-paced. I like the flash forward and back, whatever. And then my favorite, Happy Place, the only one that I own. This one I gave 5 stars. Like, it's one of my new favorite romances. I never expected this from Emily Henry, so if you're not sure about this, I would give it a try. But this one, like, as you can see on the cover, like, it's summer. It takes place majority on a lake house. So it doesn't take place like on the ocean or anything, but it takes place on like a yearly vacation that a group of friends takes like every year for many years. So you get like the found family, the fun summer vacation. A lot of it is sad, yes, but I feel like summer is there. Like, even if it's a sad moment, there are a lot of happy moments throughout the entire book that I feel like it would keep you satisfied if that's what you're looking for. So yeah, this is her best book. Like, I'm sorry. I haven't seen too much hate on it yet. I'm sure we'll get some, but I do think this is her strongest book so far, so I would give it a try. If you liked all of her other ones, I don't see why you wouldn't like this one. The next book's kind of random. It's like a YA romance that I read last year, I think. It's called Starry Eyes. This takes place on a week-long camping trip, I believe, like a school one, but it is a romance, so that's kind of like the majority of the book. It's kind of hate to love, but like, you know, it's a contemporary, so how bad can it be? But I just feel like it was pretty wholesome. It was an enjoyable time. I gave it like 4.5 stars, which is surprising for a YA book, which I don't read much of. Yeah, I think it was good. The next book, I have absolutely no idea what the actual reason why this is. What? So I don't really know why I decided to add this, because the reason I put this is because it has to do with like reality TV, and I seem to always gravitate towards gravity TV? I usually gravitate towards reality TV during the summer. I don't know if it's because I have more time or whatever, but like last year I just binged Love Island during the summer. So yeah, so this one's one to watch. This has to do with, it's like the Bachelorette. I've never watched The Bachelorette in my life. But it's like one girl and then a bunch of guys that she kind of has to date, and it was just really, really entertaining. Like, I don't even think you have to like any of the romance. It's just so entertaining, you know, like a reality TV show. And it's like a messy, fun reality TV show romance. Like, it does have like a romance that actually happens in the end of the story. I would honestly reread this. Like, it was just a fun time. I feel like it was pretty short as well. I read the audiobook, so I think that's a good, maybe like a pool read. Like, you could read that audiobook like beside the pool or whatever. But yeah, I feel like it was really fun. And the main character is plus size, so that's the reason like she ended up going on the show, is like so they could have more like inclusivity. The people in reality TV, like, they're always really, really skinny and like they look a certain way, and she had like complaints about that in the story because she was already kind of like a social media influencer, so she had like complaints about that, so they decided to like bring her on the show. So that was kind of how it got started, and it's really fun. The next series is the Kindled series by Claire Kent, which is like a post-apocalyptic romance series. There's another standalone by the same author that has the same vibe, and the characters in that book show up in the series, so I consider it like a whole series. Like, standalone is within the series to me, so it's Last Light and then the Kindled series, that's all together to me. So each book in the series and the standalone, they all have a different romance that you follow, so slightly different post-apocalyptic settings. Like, one of them is in a farm, and one of them's like an underground bunker, one of them's like just traveling. I feel like it was just everything I need. I don't know, if you love post-apocalyptic books, this is it for you. I don't know, it's not super in-depth. They're kind of very short. They're each, I don't know, like under 300, maybe under 200. They're very short books, so if you want to just knock out a whole series in a week, like, you could. And I think there's 4 books out now. I think there's supposed to be more. I've been waiting. The romances are really fun too. I just love the post-apocalyptic setting. A couple of the books, I think the last one I read in December was like a snowy mountain setting, so you kind of can just pick which ones you want to read. I feel like Last Light and the first book in the Kindled series are. And while we're talking about this post-apocalyptic series, let's just talk about another one. It's called the Arcana Chronicles by Cressley Cole. This was like random that I read this, and I ended up obsessed with it. I love this series so much. It's taking me a while to get through it, probably because I don't want to get to the end. I think that's actually why, because it's so entertaining for me. There's like magic in this as well. The setting is post-apocalyptic and definitely summer, at least in the first book. It may change, like, obviously, because there are seasons in the earth, but the beginning definitely, because it has to do with the sun. Like, the sun has to do with the post-apocalyptic situation. I can't keep saying that word. Post-apocalyptic does not naturally flow out of my mouth, but I do love the genre. Yeah, if you're like me and just love those, it's fun. And there's a romance, or it's a love triangle, so do with that what you will, but it's entertaining. Next, 7 Days in June. Of course, the majority of the reasoning is because it says June. Okay, the next book, guys, we have another post-apocalypse. Okay, so this is Angel Fall by Suzanne E. And it's another post-apocalyptic, guys. I'm sorry. Summer is post-apocalyptic to me. But this is post-apocalyptic. I literally am struggling to say that. It's not coming out naturally. Post-apocalyptic angels. That's kind of, there's a lot of signs to that. Angels invade Earth. They're trying to find a new home, but it was such a good time. So the main character in this, main character, her little sister and her mom are just like walking about, and they witness angels, like a group of angels, beating up this one angel, and they eventually cut off his wings and take them away from him, which is like a serious problem when you're an angel, I can assume. So when this group of angels is about to leave, they take the main character's little sister with them, and so of course she's panicked. She takes the wings that have been previously cut off the angel, grabs them, helps the guy kind of heal up. They kind of work together to go find the sister because she believes that he'll know where to go because he's an angel. Makes sense. And it was just a good time. It was like an adventure. Like, now like talking about this, I'm like, I need the second book right now, which I actually have it. It's right there. I just haven't read it. These last two I read a long time ago, so I don't remember too much about them. So we're just gonna speed through. We have Daughter of the Pirate King, which makes sense because it takes place on a boat in the ocean. So it makes sense to me why that would be summer. And then lastly, for the ones that I liked, The Tea Dragon Society. Again, I remember very, very little about this, but it's a graphic novel series, I believe. And it's very wholesome. The art style is very, very pretty. And it's just sunny and it's just fun. So I think that would be a good one. Like, that's the only graphic novel. So if you're looking for a graphic novel, that's the only one I have here. I'm gonna bring my computer over for this one because we're gonna speed run through the ones that I didn't love or hated. But it's my personal opinion. If it sounds good to you, or if it's something you heard of and you've been wanting to read, pick it up. Okay, so the first one is Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy. Very, very summery. Takes place mostly on the beach and a beach house, so there you go. The Unhoneymooners takes place on a vacation where it's like a hate to love romance. It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey, which everybody loves this book. So I don't like Tessa Bailey. I'm sure she's a wonderful person. I don't like her books very much, but she's very liked, so I feel like you should try that one. Shipped takes place, rival co-workers go on a cruise, I believe, to try and win this new position and work. The Roughest Draft, kind of like beach read, takes place in a house in summer where they try to write a book together. Every Summer After takes place on a lake house, I believe, or a beach house that the main character goes to every year. So We Were Liars. And then lastly, The Summer I Turned Pretty. Summer House. Why are all these summer houses? Do I hate summer houses? Maybe I hate summer houses, guys. I don't know. And then the two I haven't read yet is The Summer of Broken New Rules and The Last Time I Lied, which is supposed to have summer camp vibes, apparently. But yeah, guys, we finally got to the end. I hope you were able to find some sort of recommendation. I know I'm not good at remembering what happens in books, but like, you gotta trust me. I know it's blind trust, but you gotta trust me. But yeah, I hope you found something that you're interested in the list. I will talk to you guys later and have a wonderful summer full of many, many good books.